I guess we were already live, and I didn't even know. I was just sitting here. You were probably looking at me like, what is up with this dude? Why is he just sitting here all like quiet, like first thing in the morning live on these pages? And let me get a reset real quick, and we'll get this started. Hey, check it out. Woke up this morning, 3:20 a.m. as usual. Went to grabbed a cup of water. I like to grab a big old glass of water first thing in the morning. Went and grabbed my Morning 5 planner, right? So my Morning 5 planner, that's this amazing tool that I use right here every single day. And at the top of the Morning 5 planner, there's always a quote that is submitted by an actual member of our community, a member of the Rise and Grind community. If you're new here, I'm happy you're here. But for those of you that have been here before, you had opportunity to submit a quote in the Morning 5 planner. So today's quote was submitted by Donna Escobedo. And what she submitted was actually her favorite Bible verse. So she submitted her favorite Bible verse, which says, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And so I read that this morning and I thought, man, yeah, solid dude. Same yesterday, today, and forever. However, thank goodness, and I do say thank goodness, that is not true for me and you. I have no interest in being the same person I used to be. I don't know about you, but I have zero interest in being the person that I used to be. Zero. I don't want to be the same today, yesterday, and forever. I prefer to evolve. Never be the same. Like mentally, constantly evolving. Physically, constantly evolving, changing, always. Spiritually, constantly evolving. For my experience here on earth, which is different than obviously Jesus's experience here on earth. But in my experience here on earth, evolution unlocks a deeper understanding. So as I read that quote this morning, I thought, here's what I'm going to say to all of you. I'm going to say this. In most ways, be like Jesus. For real. In most ways, live and be like Jesus. The dude made the biggest impact on this planet of any human in the history of all time. But while doing so, just remember, he only lived to be 33 years old. Jesus only lived to be 33 years old. And his ministry was only 3 physical years, right? His ministry, they say, right? His ministry was from like 30 to 33. He only had a 3-year ministry. Imagine the evolution of Jesus if he lived twice that long, right? Like if he lived to be 60, 70, 80, 90. Can you imagine a 90-year-old Jesus? My guess is there probably would have been a couple evolutions. He might have had to change his language a little bit. He wouldn't have changed the message. The message never would have changed. But the delivery might have changed a little bit. I'm just saying. Listen, evolution, you and I, statistically, we got a little longer on this planet than he did. Continuing to evolve the mind, the body, and the spirit is important for us, indeed. Being the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow, and forever, I don't suggest it. Not for me and you. Good morning and welcome to Rise and Grind Live. Unlock your full potential with the power of daily motivation, education, inspiration with your host, Glenn Lundy, a husband to 1, father to 8, global motivational speaker, and the author of The Morning 5.
I'm Heather Parady, former therapist turned online entrepreneur and wannabe comedian.
Celebrity interviews, transformational information, and a massive community around the #1 morning show in the world. It's 5:30 a.m. and it's time to rise and grind. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Monday. Oh, and Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I didn't even think about that. I didn't build that into the show today at all. I probably should have. But today is Monday, January 15th, 2024. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Monday, January 15th, 2024. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most of this absolutely incredible day. Hey, I'm coming to you live from Lexington, Kentucky. There was actually a little snow out there this morning. I don't know if you guys got snow in your neck of the woods. This is my first ride into the studio in the snow since last year, right? So our first snow for the season. A little snow out there this morning, but I am here in Lexington, Kentucky. If you don't know me, my name is Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to 8. I'm also the host of Hashtag Rise and Grind, the show that you're watching now. And I am the founder and president and owner and whatever other words you can think of for the 800% Elite Automotive Club, which is a consulting company that works directly with owners and general managers of car dealerships all over the United States and Canada. I'd like to say good morning to you, those of you that are live over on Facebook. Great to see you. I also see that we are live over on YouTube. Glad that is working as well. And there is a chance, I can't really see it. I'm afraid to look over here, but there is a chance that we are also live on Instagram this morning. Yep, it sure is. I see my peeps over there on Instagram as well with a live feed. So that's the first time we've ever done that. It'll be interesting. We'll see how that goes. But there's a new feature with Instagram that actually allows us to use full production, like what we're doing here with the different shots and so on and so forth, different camera angles, allows us to do that over on Instagram. So we're testing that out. I think it looks a little weird because it's vertical and we're horizontal. We might have to make some changes along the way. But if you're new to our show, we are so glad you're here. This is a new season, the 2024 season of Hashtag Rise and Grind. What's up, Heather Parady? So new season, week 3. We're also in a new series this week. So the series that we are in is called Presently You. And it is a series that starts with a very simple question that might be hard for you to answer. And maybe it's a series of simple questions that might be hard for you to answer. So the question is this. I hope you're ready. The question is this. Are you a liar? Or are you a truth teller? That's where we're just going to start. Yes, I know some of you, you're like, I just met this guy. What the heck kind of question is this? Some of you have been around for a while. You're like, I got up early. I'm looking for some motivation, education, inspiration. What do you mean? Am I a liar? Am I a truth teller? Where are we going here? I'm asking, are you a liar or are you a truth teller? That is the question we will start this series off this week. And we're also going to test it. I'm going to test whether you're a liar or a truth teller. That's right. You didn't know you were engaging this morning. You thought you were just going to jump in real quick and you were just going to be able to listen in and kind of sit back and do your thing. That's not what's happening today. It's not what's happening this week. Are you a liar or a truth teller? Let's test it in the chat right now. If you're over on YouTube, you are on Facebook, or you are on Instagram, if you are willing to go through this journey with me today, if you're looking for transformation, if you're looking to really do something big for yourself in 2024, if you're really looking for an evolution, then join me. We're going to have some fun this week. And it might be a little eye-opening and some things might hurt a little bit. But I promise in the end, it'll be worth it. So we're going to start right out the gate. You ready? Let's test if you are a liar or a truth teller in the chat. Truth tellers, share your truth. Liars, don't. Or lie in the chat, whichever you'd rather do. It's up to you. I'm not here to judge. Question number 1. Are you happy with your body? Just a simple yes or no. Simple yes or no over there on YouTube. I see you, Ryan. I see you, Rodney. I see you, Pastor Jeff. Simple yes or no. Are you happy with your body? I see you over here on Facebook. Simple yes or no will be just fine. From Renee or Leisha or Vicky Everett or Kim Fair. Simple yes or no. Are you happy with your body? Let's be honest today. I see some yeses and I see some nos. Congratulations, Carrie Lynn Carter. You've earned it. Next question. Are you happy with your marriage or relationship with a significant other, or the fact that you're single if you're not in a relationship with a significant other? Are you happy about that? Yes or no? Share your truth. Let's be honest. Let's be real. Let's be raw. Question number 3. Look at this engagement. I'm loving it. I see the engagement over on Instagram is strong too. Lady in love said, I love my body. Bridget says no, but working on it. Love it. I see y'all. I see my Instagram peeps. Number 3, are you happy in your job? What's up, Darian Sanders? You and I got to have a talk today. Are you happy in your job? Are you happy at work? Yes or no? Be honest or don't be honest. Either be honest or be a liar. You choose. But drop it in the chat. I know some of you are like, I don't want to drop this in the chat. I do not want to be exposed. Here's how I feel, and I do not want to be exposed about it. That's not what I came here for this morning. Listen. Hi, Liza. Great to see you. Listen, let's do some work. If we're going to get up this early, we're going to rise and grind. We're going to come together in a community like this. Let's get an ROI from it. Everything's about an ROI for me this year. Return on investment. If I'm investing the time, I'm getting an ROI. If I'm going to invest the time hanging out with you, I'm getting an ROI. If I'm going to invest the time training, coaching, consulting, I'm getting an ROI. If I'm going to travel somewhere, I'm getting an ROI. If you're going to hang out with me, let's get an ROI. Are you happy in your job? Yes or no? Be honest about it. Are you happy in your relationship with God? Or let's just even ask a bigger question. Do you have a relationship with God? Like, honestly, do you have a relationship with God? A relationship. You know what a relationship looks like, right? You know how a relationship feels like. You know what a relationship takes effort and energy and an investment of time. Do you have a relationship with God? Not just go to church on Sundays, not know God. Do you have a relationship with God? Yes or no? I got to pick up the pace on these. Drop it in the chat. Yes or no? Be honest with yourself, and let's be honest with each other. Or lie to yourself and lie to each other, whichever you choose. Are you financially responsible? Yes or no? Drop it in the chat. Are you financially responsible? Come on. Be honest. I'm going to be honest. I have not been financially responsible for many years of my life. We are currently working on that. We are challenging our beliefs around money right now. Are you financially responsible? Are you reading, learning every day? Be honest, be real, tell the truth, or don't lie, but are you learning, reading every single day? Yes or no? Drop it in the chat. I'm seeing all this. Jeremy Levens is saying no. Angie Heath is saying no. Happy for you says no. I see Melvin Rodriguez just said no. Darian Sanders, what's up? I see you, bro. We got lots to talk about. Stephanie Toadvine's here. Sonia Merritt. Christina Howard's working on stronger. Renee Hayes says absolutely not. Don Sankey says no. Come on. Kim Fair says yes. I'm seeing these. I love it. Do you judge people? Yes or no? Are you judgy? You see other people, you're like, man, they shouldn't be doing that. Or they should be doing that. Or I can't believe they're doing that. Are you judgy? Yes or no? Are you selfish? Judgy first, selfish second. Yes or no? Drop it in the chat. Are you a selfish person? Do you only want to do things if it serves you? Next question. Have you lied about something really important recently? Or maybe lied to someone you truly care about recently? Ramon said, absolutely. I judge people, especially if they deserve judging. Have you lied recently? Maybe to someone you love. Maybe about something important. Maybe to cover up something that you're ashamed of or embarrassed about. Maybe it was just a little white lie. And here's a more important question, even more important than have you lied recently. The more important question is, do you lie to yourself? All right, I'm going to ask you a couple more and then we got to move because we got lots. We don't have lots, actually. This is a big part of today's episode. But let's move. Next question. Do you love yourself? Like for real, be honest. Do you love yourself? And maybe even more importantly, do you like yourself? Now, in order to get out of this week that which God intended, we must first get real, get raw, and get present. This week, I will tell you, is not for the weak, and it is not for the shallow. If you consider yourself either of those things, this might not be the week for you. On that note, we're going to do a little dancing. Yes, sir. I got you, D. I got you, Darian. I got you, Darian Sanders. For those of you that know and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button. Over on YouTube, make sure you hit the heart. There's a little heart in the corner. Hit the heart. That's a way to share. All right. Hit the heart, hit the heart, hit the heart, hit the heart. And you can drop a comment. That's a way to share and push things out over on YouTube. Okay. For those of you over on Facebook, hit the share button. You know what to do. Hit the share button, tag a friend. You can tag people in the comments. You can do that as well. Those of you on Instagram, which I'm so excited to be here with you on Instagram. All right, you can hit the little arrow in the corner. You can share this thing out over on Instagram as well. Like I said, the feed looks a little strange. You might not want to today. That's okay. I'm going to get better over on the Instagram thing as well. All right, but this is also the part of the show where we're going to get these bodies in motion. An object in motion tends to stay in motion. An object at rest stays at rest. So let's get moving this morning, okay? And then lastly, this is the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, say what's up. I'll say what's up back. Bella Rigby, great to see you. Linnell Burns, I'm glad you're here. Marilyn Wilkin, what's up, what's up? Angie Lane, Nathaniel Grecklex in the building. Liza, definitely catch myself judging, not selfish. Good. Debbie Dowling Waba, time to move. Angie Heath says, I love myself because I'm a creation and a person. Not sure if I like myself sometimes. There's some truth. I love it. Ryan is in the building. What's up, Ryan? Darian Sanders, the one and only. Let's go. So great to see you this morning. Ryan Gallagher in the building. Antonio Landis is in the building as well. Denise Martin, glad you're here. Angie Lane, what up? Over there on, where'd it go? Over there on Instagram, the Empowered Warrior is in the building. Ladier in Love is in love. She is light and love. Bridget Martin Thanks for being in the building. I see you. The Hattie Manochi is in the building. Great to see you. A second chance. Hi, Paula. Great to see you. Babs, the vocal coach, is up in here this morning. Sammy Smith, I'm glad you're here as well. We got a bunch of folks up in here. I got to tell you all something. Whether you're new to the community, you've been here a while. I got to tell you, this community is changing the world. This community is making a difference. This community is making a massive impact on this planet. And that is not just me speaking out. This is absolute truth. I want to share with you last month it was, actually for the last few months. Actually, let me back up. So a long time ago, a guy named Richard Bruce with the Azinga Foundation reached out to me. I didn't know if he was full of crap or what. All I knew is some guy was reaching out to me from Uganda. He had been playing around in our group and commenting with people and talking with people for like a year and a half. I'd seen him in there, right? But now he's reaching out and he's asking for help. He says he's got these orphans, these kids. And I'll be honest, the type of person I am, I was skeptical. I'm like, I don't know about this dude. I don't know if this is real, right? So Scott Simons and I jumped on a live Zoom with the guy. We got to know him a little bit better. We got to meet some of the kids, so on and so forth. Fast forward, it's been like maybe 3 years or so. And we decided last month to really lean in and see what we could do. We've done a lot of things with Richard out there. But you guys all came together and raised right around $30,000 to bring light to these orphans and others out there in Uganda. We decided we were going to bring them light right around Christmas. They have no light at all, right? And so we were able to bring them light and do some solar stuff. And it was cool on the surface. And then I saw the impact of what you did. Check this out.
We choose solar because I think in life, one of the essential things that someone needs is light. You know, light starts up everything. My vision is to see people having light in their homes, you know, transforming their lives, day-to-day lives. And our coordinators come with a report and they tell us about these homes. We go visit these homes and then we surely approve that these homes need the light.
Given the fact that they are rural homesteads, they are off-grid, off the national grid. And so they face a lot of difficulties, as you may understand, in lighting and also sustaining their lives. So solar is the best option because it's a one-off. It's a one-off thing. It's maintenance-free, and also there are no extra costs.
This light is not about someone having light, but it's bringing life to these kids, bringing life to these families, and it's going to be something amazing.
Before kids getting this solar light, challenges were many. Some kids couldn't read their books, they couldn't wake up early to prepare for school. Kids used to miss classes, morning classes, because they had to wake up a little, like in the morning when the light has come, in the daylight, to go and prepare, like to start preparing for their journey to school.
It enhances productivity of the communities. Plus also parents have more hours of work.
And our big goal is setting up more solar projects to expand in different villages around us, because we want to impact as many lives as we can.
Given the nature of the road system in the rural areas in Uganda, most of the homesteads we are going to install today, they are hard to reach places because of the poor road network. So we use motorbikes And the way we're going to install today, we are going to use a mounting kind of approach, whereby we install the solar panel permanently onto the roof. This is very convenient in a way that it's hassle-free. Once we install, all the work is done. This system is a simple 50-watt system, but yet sufficient. So we believe Nakaseke, given the fact that Nakaseke is also under the equator, will receive 8 peak hours of sunshine per day. And this is sufficient enough to help homesteads sustain lighting for approximately about 8 to 10 hours per day.
We have our local people, local donors who have really helped us in the communities that we operate from, and of course our friends back here. And then we have a lot of other people out there who joined us in this cause, and through fundraising we're able to raise funds that have helped us to see that this whole thing becomes a reality. For over 2 years we've been doing that.
Buramu bwali bubi nga tebweyagala nga nsula mu nnyumba nca n'emisota kuyingira nca buli kimu nga nkozesa obutooki nabwo nga buzikira. Ekitangaala kizze, obulamu bugenda kubeera bulungi. Abantu abasobozza kino kubeerawo mbasuubiza Mukama Katonda bakuume emirembe n'emirembe.
At the end, she said, "May the Lord protect those who have helped make this happen." She was talking about you, dude. She was talking about you. You helped make that happen. When I saw that woman dancing over a light bulb, one single light bulb, here I am in my studio, man. I got lights everywhere, bro, making sure my skin looks good, right? Something that we take for granted. What a gift. So I wanted to take a minute this morning to say thank you. I have a folder full of hundreds of photos of smiling kids and dancing children and videos of them saying, "Thank you, Rise and Grind. Thank you, Rise and Grind. Thank you, Breakfast with Champions. Thank you, Breakfast with Champions." I got a folder full of them. I'll share them with you all week long. I just want you to know that you did that. This community coming together gave light. And with light, we gave hope. And giving hope is everything.
You have a question.
I got a question for you.
Heather has a question.
I have
Heather has
so
a
many
question.
I'm curious, what part of you has been the hardest to be authentic and honest about in life? What aspect of Glenn Lundy in your world and who you are has been the most difficult to be present with and be honest about? Tell me that ain't a good question.
There are parts of authentic Glenn Lundy that do not serve Glenn Lundy well.
Let's go. Tell me more.
And so it's weird because I've found tools and ways to fight through a lot of this stuff. But like inherently, the reason I have to have so many systems and structure and so on and so forth is because like total free space and total free time will get me into trouble. Like, I have to have responsibilities. I need reasons to get up the next morning. I wrote it in those jail letters that we talked about a few weeks ago on the show, right? Like, I need a dog, so it gives me a reason to go home. This is before I had a family, right? Otherwise, I'd stay out seeking all night long. I understand gambling big time. I know more about casinos and gambling than 99% of the people out there, but it doesn't serve me well. But it's still a part of me, like the thrill of gambling, but I can't do those things because they don't serve the overall picture of where I'm trying to go and what I'm trying to do. So they're authentic pieces of who I am.
You think so? That's the authentic part of you.
Yeah, things like that, right? I think, and maybe it's my experience, but in my world and in my social media feed, which is my bubble, I see a bunch of people that have habits and addictions of some sort or another. So I think addictions are a part of a human experience. And so I have to point them in the right direction, but it doesn't mean that those things aren't a part of me. Does that make sense?
Makes total sense. That's good, y'all. That's
So
good.
what about you?
We don't have time. Isn't this 3 minutes?
So what about you?
Booch. What did I ask? I'm sorry.
Oh, are you ready? Are you ready?
You just want to.
Yeah, I want one strong opinion from you.
Okay. Remember, you asked for it.
Okay, I'm
and
ready.
if we get banned and shadow banned and YouTube banned and all the bands,
If we
and
get all
cinema
the
banned,
bands, I got a drum set for Christmas. We'll start a new one.
I deeply believe that associating patriotism and Jesus together and tying those together is just terrible.
Tell me more.
Blending it
And-
into the point where we have in America where there is such a strong tie with, it's like we've branded Jesus in the US that he is like our God and our brand, as opposed to seeing him as someone who came to save the world and is a Eastern, man,
Right.
with those practices. And we've attached it so much that I think we've created a brand of Jesus that's not fair and not holistic to who he is, and isolated other people from experiencing faith because they are culturally different than who we are here. So I have like a super strong opinions about stuff like that, but I don't share that stuff as openly and as boldly as I want to, and that's a deep part of who I am.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, thanks for giving me some haters now.
No,
I hate that girl. She
think
said
that
Jesus
totally-
hated America.
I think that totally makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Like if we brand him as a patriotic thing, an American
Or a party
thing,
associated with
right,
a party.
Right. Then it excludes other people from even exploring that because it's so attached.
Yes.
Huh, that's fascinating. She's fascinating. She really is fascinating. What about you? What part of your authentic self do you have a hard time getting in touch with? Drop it in the comments. Let us know.
We're speaking truth this week. We're getting to the truth. We're being honest with ourselves and with others. And I've got homework for you. And I'm going to share mine first. I'm going to be authentic and raw with you. Because here's what we have to do. In order to get where we need to go this week, we have to get real present. And in order to get real present, that takes an actual audit, and that takes conversations, right? Conversations with others and conversations with ourselves. So every week I do an audit in my planner. Here's my planner. I've shown it to you before. There's my planner right there. And every week on Saturday, there's a box there that says rate your week. And I do a full audit, and I audit every aspect of my life. And so on faith, I gave myself an 8 last week. I trust myself, and I feel like I'm getting closer to God every day. Under family, I label each member of the family gets audited. So under family, Leslie, I gave a 6 for last week. Our relationship, a 6. A lot of reasons for that was I was out of town and we were on different time zones, so on and so forth. My oldest daughter, Kira, I gave her a 4. And when I say gave her a 4, it's how I feel my relationship, like how am I doing as a parent for her in our relationship. Savannah, 1-0. She got a big 10 last week. Joel, a 7. Willow, a 6. Meredith, a 5. Struggling to connect with Meredith. I'm working on it, though. Fisher, a 6. Oakland, a 10. Me and that kid, her and I are 10 every week. She's so easy. She just loves dad. She makes it easy on me. And then Caroline, my youngest, a 3. That kid, I don't know. She's just mama's little girl. I'm still struggling. When it comes to fitness, I gave myself a 2 last week. Why? Well, because I did a little bit of work every day, but I didn't really go after it to get an ROI. I didn't go get an ROI from it, especially when I was in Vegas. I just didn't. Friends, I had some good times with my friends last week. Felt connected, gave myself a 7 in the area of friends. When it comes to finances, fell a little short, but I feel like we're getting smarter, more fiscally responsible. So gave myself a 5 last week when it came to finances. Career, no place I'd rather be. Career was a 9 last week. When it comes to myself, like mental health, self, breaking out of my exoskeleton right now is what I wrote. It's super hard. It's uncomfortable, but it is necessary. Gave myself 6. Education, learning every single day, 10. I read, I learn, I seek to understand. Gave myself a 10. So overall, in the 8 areas, faith, family, fitness, friends, finances, career, self, and education. Overall, when you add up all those scores, last week for me came in at a 6. 6 out of 10. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't really want to live my life at a 6 out of 10. I'm not interested in a 60% life. I want to live life at 800%, right? That's why it's tattooed on my arm. But the only way I can get there is I have to get present with where I am now, be honest with myself, so that we can start to focus on those different areas and build. And I'm going to challenge you to do the same. Here's your homework assignment. So shall you choose. Your homework assignment is to do a self-audit. 3 different ones, though. Your first self-audit, I just want you to audit yourself in those 8 categories for last week. Faith, fitness, finances, family, friends, career, mental health, education. Those 8 areas. Give yourself a score of 1 to 10 for last week. Then, once you've done that, once you've completed that, your next piece of homework is I want you to audit yourself in those 8 areas over the last 90 days. So go back till October of last year. Give yourself a score 1 to 10 in each of those 8 areas. Faith, fitness, family, finances, friends, career, self, education. Give yourself a score of 1 to 10. Now, once you've completed that for last week and for the last 90 days, then I want you to do it for the last 12 months. The last 12 months, grade yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 when it comes to your faith, your family, your fitness, your friends, your finances, your career, your mental health, your education. Once you've scored all of those, the week, the 90 days, and the year, you'll get a good idea of where you are presently. You won't have a choice but to understand exactly where you are presently. And then you're also going to see your patterns. You're also going to see the areas that, oh yeah, I crushed it for the last week, but my goodness, when I look at it over a year, or you might say, man, the last week was awful, but look at me for over the year. Either way, you're going to get some authentic truth to where you are right here today. And that's what we're going to take into this week, is getting present, right? Getting really, 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 really present, so that we can do that work that I believe you came here to do. Is that fair? All right, cool. All right, that's the show for today. You got a little homework. Yeah, each member, Heather Parady. Come on. That's right. Each member, what do those relationships look like? Measure, inspect what we expect, right? So today's show was about getting present. Tomorrow, we'll take it from there. Thanks for joining me here today. Pretty cool. First time on Instagram. That worked. Look, Heather said, what's up, IG? IG is popping, says Ramon. I see you over there. John Gian over on Instagram as well. Yeah, this is a great new feature. I'm going to love it. There's a lot of people that join. We just got to get better quality on the shot there in the middle so we can hold people longer. That would be great. We can make a bigger impact. Really excited about that. Do your homework, Young Johnson. Hey, if any of you want to email me at glenn@glennlundy.com. If you want to email me your audits, you don't have to, but if you want to do so to hold yourself accountable, maybe, if that's what you need, feel free to email me, glenn@glennlundy.com. Do the homework. 1 week, 90 days, 12 months, all 8 areas. Audit yourself. And in this, maybe you decided earlier you're the liar, but in this, I highly suggest you tell the truth. All right, I'm going to go face that snow and ice out there and attack this day. Thanks for being here with me. I'll see you tomorrow, 5:30 a.m. We'll do it all over again. #rise and grind.
Rising,